Hey you, it's Jess here and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing our plan with me for the first week of July from the 1st to the 7th. And I'm using my Caress Press inserts as well as the Scribble Prints Co Sunny Days kit. This was from last year and I did have a plan for last year like in August, but the weather turned pretty quickly last year, so I didn't really feel like using the super bright summery set. So I changed it to July. For this year, I still wanted to use it, and I have this Plan With Me stickers foil, which is her purple tie-dye foil. And I just got the like bougie boxes from her and these really cute retro bottom washi as well as date numbers, and that was it. And that's all I brought in, but you'll see when I'm doing the base quickly that I decided to bring in some silver as well, which is not quite in the tie-dye, but I feel like silver also goes with this. So I brought in some silver glitter header covers, a double box overlay, as well as a quote, and some hole reinforcers in silver. So the headers are from Caress Press, the hole reinforcers and the double box overlay is from SPC, and the quote is from I think it was Plan With Me stickers. It was Coffee and Chill, which I thought was fun for this week. But yeah, so I color blocked and I used all my favorite boxes. I think it turned out super pretty. I decided not to do, I think there was two double box scenes in this kit, but I decided not to do those and used a lot of the other boxes and just used the double box scene of the beach house from the outside because I thought that was really cute. But yeah, I just love this theme and I thought this would be perfect for this week for the 1st of July. But let's not spend too much time on the base. Hello, it's me, Jess, and we are planning, this is actually Sunday morning, so I won't completely finish the spread. It won't have the rest of Sunday in it, but I will show you next week when we're doing the next Plan With Me. I will show you the finished Sunday. But this is just a better day for me to film this because I will try and be busy the rest of the week. So I just want to get my filming done today on Sunday. So I just have my audiobook here on the side, which is Oathbringer, and I just had my to-do list. I did finish a custom this week. I can't remember where. Maybe Monday. I think Monday is when I finished it. I didn't put in sending files. But Monday I finished a custom and then I worked on the next shop set. But I wasn't too productive this week. It's just, yeah, I wasn't feeling great. If you watched my pre-plan with me on Monday, you would have seen me talk about it. But let's just get straight into planning for this week. We are going to put in, I think it's got the right, yes. We're going to put in our usual Coffee Monday up the top. And we'll put in that I had my monthly Plan With Me go live. So how am I going to do this? I think I'm going to have to put in, I might switch these a couple around a little bit. So Plan With Me, monthly Plan With Me went live, and then also I worked this day, of course. And I finished up that custom and sent the files off to Andrea of SPC, and it was a very cute custom, so simple but cute. And I did do that thing that I said that I was going to do, like instead of separate scenes and people, I just had extra lots of, so I just forgot to myself that I was switching these two around. Okay, so then we put work because I wanted a bigger box for work. Yeah, I'm adding in a bit of those touches of silver, which I think look really nice to make it extra sparkly, but I do love the purple tie-dye in it as well. Adds a little extra to like the background and stuff. So then I also did some planning that morning. I think that's when I might have done my plan with me for Wednesday. And then I also was reading my audiobook while I was working. And this day we got a delivery from IKEA. I'm just using all my chubby little things in this day, but it just fits better. Maybe I can try and put this on the bottom. So let me switch these around a bit. Okay. Let's scoot you up. Just make more room for this chubby little thing. There we go. So, yes, I did some planning on the Monday, which was always fun to do. And I did my audiobook, which will just fit onto this little thing, no problem. And then we had an IKEA delivery, and this was I got a little table, I got a little table for my couch, and I actually it's only got a thing on one side and it's on wheels, so you can put it over like a couch or a table, but it also lifts up to all different heights, so it can become a standing desk. Anyway, I got that table and it was really nice, and then Lot got a bunch of organization stuff for their office. And then I finished Chapter House June, which is the last June book written by Frank Herbert. It was better than the first one, but also, I don't know, it was a mess. It was a mess. I still really enjoyed it, but I feel like June and June Messiah are just good. Children of June is okay too. But God Emperor is where Frank really lost me. I know a lot of people say read through to God Emperor at least and then just leave the last two books. They're kind of crazy. I like how they centered the Bene Gesserit, so it's a lot more women characters. But I know, it's kind of weird. Also, this whole kid's kind of cut a little off, and that's okay. Those things happen. So you just have to be careful picking up stickers. As you would have seen me try to do the deco when I was filming. The putting down the base. But yeah, so it was alright. I would say at least read June and June Messiah and you'll be happy, I think. So this is the last one before Frank passed away. So he didn't actually finish the series because he had one more book planned. So his son Brian took those notes and wrote, and he separated the last book into 2 books. But honestly, I just can't bring myself to read them, and on the Kindle we only have the set of 6 Frank books. So I didn't really want to go and buy the audiobooks, the Kindle books for the ebooks for the rest of June. So I actually just went on the Wikipedia and read the plot summaries for the final 2 books. I'm like, okay, I feel like the ending is just kind of, oh, okay. Not really my cup of tea, but yeah, at least read the first June and June Messiah, which I feel like he really wanted to write June Messiah to right some wrongs of the first book to make things a bit more clear. Though I would say that the 2-part films of the first book, June, he works on the Messiah message, so you kind of get more of what he meant in that Paul is not a hero. So, but anyway, I finished the original June books, so good for me. I read all 6 of them this year. All right. So on Tuesday, it was payday. I did work and I was reading Oathbringer. But I was struggling through this time. I had Monday and Tuesday I was really struggling, and then the rest of the week is just continued on. I talked a bit about this in the pre-plan with me, but it was super art block. Lots of art block. Trying to set up this Halloween set, which is kind of shocking to me, to be honest. So I'm like, why is Halloween giving me art block? But I think it's compounded with a lot of things, including my personal health and, yeah, the reaction of just my time of the month and how it reacts to ADHD. So it's all a journey of discovering, and just in the end I decided just to not beat myself up for it if I couldn't work too much during the week, because it was just physically impossible, to be honest. I just literally I'd have the pen in my hand and I'd just be like, ugh! Yeah, physically really hard. So I was just I'm just gonna play a video game and chill out because I don't need to be stressing myself this much. I do my own deadlines, so I can look after myself if I need to. So anyway, I just put in art block here with a little worried munchkin because it was not a nice feeling. It felt very bad. And then when I wasn't doing anything, I felt really guilty about it, which I think is the difference people I've read with like laziness, because like if you're being lazy, you're usually happy about it. If you're lazy and feeling guilty and horrible, you're not really being lazy. You're just like, I don't want to be lazy. I want to do stuff, but it's physically hard. But anyway, so then I filmed a bunch on this day just to like chill out. I played some Stardew Valley, which was fun. I need to get back into my farm because I do want to do perfection on it, which I've never done before, so I need to continue on with that. I've just been stuck in Dreamlight Valley because of the new update and stuff. And then I started a new ebook. Locke already had on the Kindle. They are the Martha Wells Illyrian books, and he had the they had the a trilogy of them. So there's a trilogy of the books, and then there's 2 books that are prequels but are standalone in the same like world, but they're like, you know, they're good for world building. Like reading them before the trilogy is good for world building and stuff like that. So I was gonna start on the trilogy, but they're like, hey, we found out that, you know, maybe we should read the first 2 books first. So Locke bought me those ebooks, the first 2, which actually you can buy the ebook as one book, so it has both first Illyrian books into one book. But anyway, I started the first one. It's called The Element of Fire. I had no idea what it was. I just knew it was a fantasy, and it's not YA. So that was my main thing, and I was very pleasantly surprised. I love it so far. I think I'm about almost to the end of the first book already, but it was really good. It's a fantasy world and it's all made up, but it's like 16th century themed. So like think Shakespeare, think Elizabethan. They wear doublets, they have rapier swords, they use muskets. So they, you know, they have to put in the gunpowder and press it down and put the little ball and wind up their guns to like shoot something. And you know, it's all horses, and it's basically 16th century England or France, but it's, you know, it's a fantasy world. And then there's sorcerers, like wizards, with, you know, they do crazy powers, and there's ward magic, and then there's also the Fae. So it's technically is a fairy land, but it's not the same kind of fairies as I think a lot of those romantasy books are. The Fae is like more like traditional English Fae, or English or British Fae folklore, where you have like, you know, the hags in the water, and you have like weird little creatures, and they love like trickery on humans and kidnapping them and stuff. So you have like the Fae court, which are run by Oberon and Titania, which is like a big thing there. And also there's a Shakespeare Midsummer Night's Dream about that. But like the main character in the first book, The Element of Fire, he's like the head captain of the Queen's Guard, and he's like a lover. It's open secret that he's the lover of the Queen too. So it's and she's like a redhead dowager queen, and she's very much like Elizabeth and probably Robert Dudley kind of feels. Anyway, it's really fun. I'm really enjoying it so far. It was interesting because I saw the first couple of reviews of it on Goodreads, and they're like, nothing happens, it's just court intrigue. Like, first of all, I love court intrigue. I love political plots, okay? I'm living for it. But also a lot of stuff happens, because there's sorcerers, and there's fae, and there's battles, and there's explosions, and there's sword dueling. Anyway, I'm really enjoying it so far. I think Kindle says I'm 35% through the book, but the book has 2 books in it, so I don't know. I feel like I've halfway or almost finished the first book. But anyway, I'm enjoying it, and I think it's actually surprisingly good because it's Martha Wells' first book, and from the 90s, and I really like it. I've also read her other stuff. One of her latest books called Witch King, which is a whole different other fantasy world, but I love that. And she also wrote the Murderbot Diaries, which are amazing novellas, and they're sci-fi about a robot. So she writes all sorts of stuff, and I love it. I'm loving it so far. So I'm glad I have another 4 books after this one to read. You know what I mean? But it's always fun to go into a new like genre, like a fantasy sci-fi book, knowing absolutely nothing. I mean, like, okay, this is where it's taking me. I love this. I was not expecting the Shakespearean Elizabethan vibes, but it was great. I love it. So, and honestly, the first chapter of the book, it hooked me right away. It was so interesting and different. I loved it. Anyway, so, that is, so on Wednesday, my Plan With Me went live. And then, oh yeah, I got my tax return. So I prepaid for last year's taxes during the year based on the amount of money that I made in the previous year, so 2022. But in 2023 last year, I made like a lot less than I thought I would. It's just, that's what happened. I know personally I wasn't very productive, and I didn't release a lot of art throughout the year, but on top of that, you know, it's just other things. But anyway, I made a lot less. So this time, this year, I got a tax return, and it was very nice. It let me pay off the rest of my prepaid taxes for this year. So I'm all paid up for next year. And I got a little extra just for my own little spending, saving money. So that was nice. Nice to get a little tax return. I think this is my second tax return of my whole dang life. I got a really little tax return back when I did some retail customer service jobs. I don't know, did they have Harris Scarf like outside of Adelaide? I don't know, but it was like you know, a department store I worked at for a bit for Christmas casual. I got a tax return for that, so that's fun. Man, that was years ago. I've never held down much of a job, to be honest. A lot of clues in there about what's wrong with me. But anyway, Plan With Me, and then I need to put in that I had my tax return. But, you know, I was good and a good girl, and I paid off the rest of my taxes for this year. So the prepayment, I had 2 prepayments left. So it was a big chunk of the tax return, but I feel like it's a good investment. And then I did as much work as I could. And then I put in for this date that I put on one of our slow cooker meals. I had this slow cooker meal of cheesy beef taco rice. But I decided just to put in everything but the rice. So at the end, you're supposed to put the rice in and cook it with it. But I have a rice cooker and I prefer it. So we put everything in but the rice. So it just actually became a really nice beef chili. But it used beef strips instead of beef mince. And I really liked that, especially because we cooked it like all day long, so it was super tender. And it was a really delicious beef chili, and we decided that day to have it on nachos, actually. Made it into nachos instead of the rice. And we doubled it, so we actually had enough to have it on rice. And we had it on rice on Saturday, I think. That's not how I didn't have enough room to put stuff in here, but oh well, it doesn't matter. But anyway, so that turned out well, I think. Yeah, it was basically just a different kind of slow cooker chili, rather than like the actual recipe, but it turned out well. So I put that together that day. Then I was just reading my audiobook, and I played some Dreamlight Valley because it was the reset day on Wednesday. It had new shop items. And then I was reading Element of Fire. And that is the first half of the week. I think it's looking real fun. I'm glad I added the extra bit of silver in there just to get an extra bit of shine. So now we'll get started on Thursday. First things first is work. Went straight into work on Thursday. Didn't have a new release, obviously. Oh my gosh, look at this. I want the smiley face pattern, please. Yes. So we have work. And then of course I was reading while doing my work. And we watched some Simpsons. We haven't really felt in the mood to watch anything properly. So we just had the Simpsons on because our brains cannot work right now. It's been like up and down, cold and warm. And it's super dark and rainy today. So, I don't know. The weather's been all over the place. Oh, I didn't do this properly. Why did I put it down that way? I just put this down the opposite way that I meant to. That's okay. At least we can flip this. What are you doing, Jess? Now you have some upside down smileys. That's okay. We got the Simpsons, reading my book. And then this day I was just like, you know what? I'm done. I can't do any more than the 3 hours. So I just, let me see what I can fit in here. Because I want to put my book on the bottom. And I want to put that I was watching just a little Simsy stream, I think. Yeah. I just ended up watching Little Simsy play Stardew Valley for a while. And then I played some Dreamlight Valley as well. So put that in there. Dreamlight Valley. Little Simsy stream on YouTube. I just watched the VODs back. I can't be bothered watching Twitch. I don't care for that platform, so I'm glad when there are VODs to be able to watch on YouTube later. Plus, I feel like she never really streams, except for Wednesdays when I'm actually awake or doing things. So it's nice to have the VODs to watch back. So that was Thursday. On Friday, I had a video for the kit lineup go live. My July kits. And now you're seeing the first one. And then I worked. Did my last bit of work. And then I just was like, blah. I am tired. So I was watching a lot of YouTube. I've been watching a lot of videos of like Korean and Japanese bakeries making cakes. I just watched them on mute, just lying there staring at people making cake. But yeah, that's just how I've been feeling. But it's been nice just to stare at people bake or cook. So yeah, that's why I'm also going to put in, is in my feelings. Let's use one of these boxes, huh? I very rarely do. But I might as well, if I can get it out. Hello. The cutters were angry this day, I feel like. They're like, nope. None for you, Jessica. Then, I know, I didn't do much on Friday. I just kind of spaced out for a long time in my feelings. So we did watch The Simpsons, and then I went to bed and read my book. So I just got a little sad munchkin here with In My Feelings. And then, because I needed to take up space, I'll use the big sticker for The Simpsons. And then read more Element of Fire, which has been so good. So that was Friday. Saturday, it was a day off, so I just chilled. I did wash some clothes and the bedding as well. So that was nice. And then we also did, I put in to clean everything. I vacuumed and mopped and locked in a whole bunch of cleaning of the kitchen. So that was very nice. We watched some more Simpsons because we are brain dead right now. And we meal prepped a bit. We cooked some, we did a new slow cooker recipe, which was marry me chicken, but in the slow cooker. I think it came out well. It looks really good. So we decided to cook, so we had our leftover beef taco rice on this day. So we just slow cooked the chicken so it would be done to eat another day. but it was nice to meal prep that. And then we actually decided to watch an old movie. Locke chose Hot Shots, which I love Hot Shots. I love that style of comedy. It's so funny to me. Many laugh out moments that we had. It was great fun. If you haven't watched Hot Shots, you totally should. It is it from the 90s, I think? It's a parody of, it is a parody of Top Gun, basically. So, it's really, really fun. And it's Charlie Sheen, you know. And then I did some research and I ordered some new skincare because I was feeling that way. I feel like instead of being like super impulsive about having new hobbies, I have super impulsive about getting new skincare. But I got a new moisturizer. I haven't found a moisturizer that I like for ages, but I really like gel ones. So I'm trying out the Glow Watermelon Gel Moisturizer. And I know, like, they say when you're older you should get a heavier cream, but I literally can't stand the feeling of moisturizer on my skin. And just all the cream ones I've had recently, I can feel it on my skin and I hate it. So I'm going to try out this gel one because gels just work better for me. And then I also picked up some The Ordinary serums, the retinol and the niacinamide. So, and those are the retinol especially is good for getting old. So I bought those, so that's great. And then I read more of my book, and in fact I got to a really exciting part, so I read a lot through the night. And then Heidi was having issues at night, so I was up late last night, but it was fine. It was fine. Yes, that was my Sunday night last night, and now we're up to today. So apologies that there won't be much to put on today, but we have filming, and then after this I'm gonna go and do some laundry. I need to put a dryer load on of underpants and stuff. And that's all I got for today. I do plan to also finish up a section of my work today. I also want to clean the bathroom, do some dusting, and then I'm probably going to continue reading my book. So, but I'll show you guys next week on how I finish up this Sunday. But I feel like it's pretty, pretty standard, as you can see. But I'll just put in these two things because I know literally I'm about to go put the laundry on. But yeah, that is the almost finished spread. So let's get it into the planner and make it so you can see the whole spread, and we'll put some little deco pieces in silver on it. It's looking so pretty. I do love these colors, and I love the pop of silver with the purple. So I got these little twinkle deco bits just from SPC, like some random, when she had those little sheets that you can just put where you like. So I thought I would decorate some of these. Sometimes I like to put in the icons, like the stickers, and sometimes I just want to fill up spaces in the writing box where I've written. But I don't think I need to put everywhere. We'll put one on the laptop because that's fun. It's fun to put right next to the Kindle. I'll probably finish up this whole sheet of these little deco pieces. Yeah, this week was okay. Just one of those weeks, But at least the spread is super cute and bright and fun. I'm glad I still use this set. Yeah, because I didn't get to last year. So let me put in some more of these. I'm going to run out at this point. I'm going to spread these out. Save some for someday too, because I'm going to put a work script there. A work sticker, most likely. Put some here. Okay, I'll leave 2 for Sunday. But that is the finished spread with all the little deco bits. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and comment. And otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. I love you. Bye bye.